you guys, it's Annie. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. I am so freaking excited to film this video, you guys. In today's video, I am spilling so many secrets and things that I have learned that I did not know for the longest time. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you guys something I'm super passionate about, and that is all things handling money as a creator, entrepreneur, self-employed person. There is a lot that I've learned in the time since I first started my YouTube channel, since I first began to work for myself as a full-time YouTuber, and there are just as many mistakes I have made, even some legal mistakes. So in this video, I wanted to sit down here and share with you guys some of my most clutch and crucial tips, tricks, methods, and systems when it comes to managing your money as a creator, budgeting, saving, making more money off of your existing money, and just all of that stuff. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. I hope it benefits even like one person, and let's get right on into it. So the very first thing I definitely cannot stress enough that took me the longest time to get into is having a proper system for budgeting and planning every single penny that comes to you as a creator and that you are spending. Recently, I have created for myself a super useful budgeting template within my Notion, where, as I said, I am literally tracking every single penny that comes to me from my income streams, as well as every single penny I am spending. And this has just been a really amazing wake-up call to just make me a whole lot more aware of just how much money I'm spending every single month. Because it's so easy to tell yourself, oh, it's only like $10 on Starbucks, it's only like a $20 pair of jeans, and what is $10 or $20 when I have all this money coming to me? But then when I actually sit down to calculate how much money has come to me in the month, then I subtract how much money I spent in the month, and then have an exact number of exactly how much money I kept from the initial money that I made. That is when I really began to realize just how much I was blindly spending every single month, and then began to be a lot more careful and budgeted a lot more intelligently every single month. This has really just played such a massive role in my cutting back how much I'm spending to spend a lot more intently, a lot more intelligently, and also helped me to save a whole lot more money. So if you are not already budgeting your money, if you don't already have any kind of a system to track all of your income and spending, this is one thing I definitely recommend, especially because, as I'll be visiting later on in this video, this is really helpful come tax season. So then on to the second thing that honestly took me forever and a half and way too late to actually learn is the magic of business expenses. So as you guys know, I am a full-time YouTuber. Being a content creator and self-employed influencer is my full-time job, and with that comes a whole lot of spending every year on new equipment and memberships and services I am paying for, and just basically everything that goes into keeping my job and my business, so to speak, running. Those are what you call expenses. Basically any and all money you are spending every week, every month, every year where your business is concerned. And this I learned very late into my journey as a full-time content creator is what you call deductibles on taxes. These are essentially expenses that you are declaring on your taxes, which actually brings down how much money you owe on your taxes. So just as an example, once I was done doing all of my declaring of business expenses on my 2021 taxes, then the full amount that I owed on my taxes actually went down by over $5,000. So imagine that was an extra $5,000 I would have had to pay on my taxes if I didn't know to actually track and deduct all of my expenses. So that is when I actually added an extra little section to my budgeting template so that every single month I can track exactly how much I'm spending where my business expenses are concerned, and then I can claim that on my taxes and reduce how much I owe. So if you as a full-time content creator, YouTuber, entrepreneur is ever looking to find different ways to actually make how much money you owe be less, that is one trick I definitely wish I'd learned so much earlier because it saved me so much money. So then, still on the topic of taxes and doing taxes as a fully self-employed content creator and entrepreneur, one thing I have definitely come to learn is that because there are so many people out there who just don't understand what it is to be a YouTuber and a full-time content creator, there are just as many tax advisors and tax specialists who also don't really understand how that all works and what the tax implications are. So whenever my parents and the rest of our family have our family friend do their taxes, our tax guy actually doesn't do my taxes because he doesn't fully understand how to do it. So this is when, and I totally wish I still remembered which YouTuber it was who put put me onto this, but there is this wonderfully amazing online platform called Wealth Simple, where essentially it takes you through every single step of filing your taxes as a self-employed YouTuber or content creator or entrepreneur, so that it is completely worry-free, stress-free, anxiety-free. You can make sure that you've done absolutely everything step by step fully legally and not have to worry about the government coming after you. Because I am definitely not a tax expert, I still am not fully aware of all the little nuances and minute little ins and outs of actually filing your taxes. So definitely using Wealth Simple has taken all of the pressure off of me, but this is absolutely 100% unsponsored. Wealth Simple is not the only website that does this. If TurboTax is more your thing or H&R Block, there are so many other platforms. This is just the one that I've absolutely fallen in love with and the best one for me. But all of this to say that if when it does come time to do your taxes, you feel completely lost and anxious and stressed, this for me has been the best way to get rid of all that stress and anxiety and do things 100% legally. And again, like I said earlier, to make things so much easier on yourself, having some kind of a budget template to track all of your income, your expenses, your business expenses, having all of that come tax season makes things so much easier, because all you have to do is take all the numbers out of your budget template, put it into Wealth Simple or whichever platform you're using. So that is definitely another thing I cannot stress enough. So now this is the last thing I wanted to share with you guys in this video, because my cousin will literally kill me if I don't include this. And that is the very simple way that I make more money off of my already existing earnings, and that is to invest your earnings. I am currently 23. I turned 23 years old on the 29th of April, and currently as a 23-year-old fully self-employed YouTuber, I currently make 6 figures, which I am totally 110% aware that most people my age, like 22, 23, even 25, most people my age do not make that kind of money every single year. And that is definitely something that I don't take lightly, something that I don't take for granted, something I am very, very grateful for, because as Spider-Man once said, with great power comes great responsibility. However, for the last couple of years that I have in fact been a full-time content creator, I have not been very intelligent with my money or planning for the future. Mostly because every single time I get paid by AdSense or my affiliates or a sponsorship, I pretty much just leave the money in the bank and let it just sit there gathering dust, rather than actually investing that money or doing something with that money to actually make it grow more for my future. So that is when my cousin gave me a massive kick in the backside and made me start researching and looking into TFSAs, which stands for Tax-Free Savings Account. I think in the US you guys have a Roth IRA or something of the sort, but essentially a TFSA is, as I said, a tax-free savings account, where essentially when you first open your account, you put some sort of money into it, whether it's $100, $600, $1,000, whatever you pick. And then your TFSA has an interest rate, meaning that over time, all the money that you have in that account is growing over time. So if you start off with $1,000, then in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, that money continues to grow, with the idea that when you eventually reach retirement age, you have a whole lot more money to retire on than you had when you first put it in the account. And then to make the money in that account grow even more, you contribute to it every month, every second month, a couple of times a year, once a year, to basically add more money for it to grow over time. And if you search for it online, there are 1,000,001 different TFSA and Roth IRA calculators online, where essentially you just input all of your information and how much money you want to start with, how much you plan to contribute month to month, and then it basically predicts, with everything you've put into it and the amount of years you want to save up for, basically gives you a pretty good estimate of exactly how much money you're going to have by the time you retire. And so that is basically my #1 weapon and the main way I plan to retire a millionaire, because based off of how much I started with, based on how much I plan to continuously add to it, by the time I reach my 50th birthday, I should have a couple $1,000,000 in that account. Of course, things can change literally overnight in the blink of an eye, but if things go according to plan, then that is where that account should end up by the time I turn 50. So definitely safe to say that I am more than grateful to my cousin for giving me that kick in the butt, because as I said before, all that money was literally just sitting in my my bank account gathering dust and not growing at all. Versus now I have a good chunk of money in that account that is going to be growing over time and just helping me to retire a whole lot more comfortably. So I am definitely not a financial expert. I definitely don't have the same financial intelligence as people at your local bank, but I definitely 11 on 10 recommend talking to literally any financial expert or somebody at your local bank, because this is definitely something I should have started so much earlier and something that I am super grateful to have now. But yeah, you guys, that is pretty much it for this video. That is everything I wanted to share with you guys about how I manage money, budget money, save money, and make more money. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Love you all to the moon and back, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!